Previously on Uranium Chef. Sorby finally escaped the cave of the tiger beetle and was reunited with Thunnis, who was both excited and confused to see his friend in one non-leaf-shaped piece. At the same time, Pankuka and Wendy gathered their own eggs and a few humming bats as well as some berries along the way, and they safely returned to the safety of the beach. After giving Chris the eggs, he awakened the snail that ended up being the island that they were standing on, and they made way for the far-off island Holly had told them about. With a new world on the horizon, what will the contestants get up to next? Find out now on Uranium Chef! So, you spend a couple of days and nights in transit on this island. It's slow moving in that direction.
Thank God we have food.
Yeah. So we'll escalate through those moments. It takes time to get there.
Can I get rid of my strained?
Yes.
Can I get back
if
to
you
three?
have any negative
Do we still keep
things?
the fate points, though?
You keep the fate points.
So do I go back up to 3 or I still have 2?
Yeah, you go back up to 3. It's
Okay.
a refresh. So if you're lower than 3, you go back up to 3. If you have extra fate points, you get to keep those. So you stay above the number that you're at.
I was going to mention, I think Rick should probably have extra for being strained and stuff like that.
Yeah, for being stepped on, you should have one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, after a couple of nights, you guys have all been getting to know one another a little bit better. Mm-hmm. You finally arrive close to the other island.
Can I picture like Macron covered in like seashells and stuff, like gifts you've offered him?
Oh, yeah.
The days we've been there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like for
Lots of gifts.
the 2 days that we were riding, he's passed out and she just keeps piling more and more things. So when he wakes up, just gifts just
I made him a
tumble off him.
seashell necklace.
Yeah, he's got like necklaces, hats.
A little flower crown.
Yeah.
And he loves them. Because, as we all know, he loved the umbrella in his hair. He's a very fancy,
He's got
sophisticated man.
like a leather hide draped over him.
Oh, yeah.
What? Since when is it fancy and sophisticated to wear seashell necklaces?
Have you never
Don't
worn
know.
one?
Intergalactic fashion.
Apparently not.
It's cyclical.
Like, I like to
Fashion is a
imagine
flat
over
circle.
the course of the days, he's looking like a little like island king.
A little bit. So, you arrive on this other island. And as you get there, you can see what looks to be like a little port, a little town.
Whoa.
Yeah. And you get close, and then, after you get, fairly close, the snail descends back into the water. And there's essentially, kind of like a dock that kind of like comes out close enough to where you could probably like jump out onto there and not really have to get too deep into the water.
Kind
to
of a
get to
bridge,
it.
but with a gap.
Exactly. And Chris pops up again and just sort of goes, "We're here."
Thanks, Chris. I feel like we
Where-
really
where
formed a
are we?
friendship.
Here.
Thanks. Well spotted.
Kipley Island.
Kipley.
Give that one for free.
Thanks, Chris. You're very generous.
So, with that, Chris descends back into the water. What would y'all like to do? You've got your little camp set up where you guys have been hanging out. Macron obviously made himself a still while you were there, so he's been brewing his own alcohols of all different sorts. Yeah.
In like a couple days.
Well, he when you guys were figuring out like, how are we going to set up our shelter and all this kind of stuff, you guys were thinking like, we got to do fire, we got to do shelter, we got to do all this kind of stuff. The first thing that he did was he built a still.
He used those berries.
He used those berries
the
that you guys
berries,
brought back.
Does-
He actually got very creative with it and made a couple of really
got-
nice things. Yeah,
Very creative.
So are we like
nailed it.
snailed it?
So I guess let's go to Kipley Island. They said there's a town.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a town.
there's a little town. You can see some people walking around. Well, they're not quite
gosh.
people.
This is kind of
Are they
perfect
like
town music. that we're
humanoid, or are
hearing.
they like?
They're definitely kind of they're humanoid-esque. I think that the closest thing that I would compare them to is a kappa, but not like
Okay.
not like Kappa Twitch
I was
kappa.
gonna say.
No. They're like little
a Japanese folklore
Yeah.
kappa, which is basically kind of like a frog boy with like a duck bill kind of thing, and
Gotta make them bow.
a shell on its back, and kind of like a tonsure of hair.
So Hell's come to Frogtown.
Yes.
We're hell.
Snakes.
We're hell, and we're bringing it to this
Yep.
Frogtown.
So, as you, I assume you guys all want to get off the dock and like head into the town and everything.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, I'm done with rock candy snail.
Yeah.
All right. So, you all enter into the town, and you can see all of these people kind of bustling back and forth, and they kind of like look
Is
at
it
you a
like the
little bit.
whole island is this town?
No, it's just a small little area right here, like at this dock
Okay.
where you've been brought
Got
to.
it.
Off in the distance around you, you can see it's a much larger island. There's a lot of different areas, and I think that like the closest comparison would be like think of kind of like a Hawaiian island where like you have like a lot of different biomes all within like really close proximity. So like
Okay.
you can see over to your left, there's like a jungle kind of looking place over there. Over here, there's kind of like a more deserty looking place. There's a big mountain right in the center that is very, very high. And
Is it like frosted, like snow?
yes.
Okay. So like New Zealand.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so you also can see that this city, this town, is kind of built around like a riverbed, but the river is running very dry. And you see, people running back and forth. You see a lot of people like in the riverbed, kind of like raking and whatnot. There's a lot of activity going on. But obviously, they notice you. A lot of them notice you.
Yeah.
They're kind of like keeping their eyes on you and kind of a little bit standoffish and whatnot. Macron steps forward. Where's the wine? One of these people comes kind of running up to you and says, Who are you?
Hey, I'm Thunis. I'm on Uranium Chef. So
no,
are all
not
these
again.
guys, and we just arrived by snail. Chris hooked that up, and
Chris.
yeah, I'm not sure like what up with you guys, but we're just trying to figure out how to become not small. If you know what I'm saying.
Are you here to ruin our lives again?
Wait, what?
What?
Well, the last time Uranium Chef came through, they ruined everything here.
What'd they do?
Do you see the river? How it's not working anymore?
What did they do?
They sent people like you here, and then it stopped.
Well,
So how
I have
far?
a question.
Yeah.
So I have a skill that's called insider information because I've been on the show before. I might know some things. Would I have known about this
Yeah.
particular
Yeah.
incident, and what do I know about it?
All right, so this would have been a couple of seasons back. A similar thing happened where people were put into a miniature verse, and at that time they were tasked with getting a special ingredient from that place. That special ingredient, you can't quite remember what it was, but you do remember that this island looks very familiar. You don't remember the people, but you do remember the mountain.
Okay.
And them having to scale the mountain. So yeah, that's what
So
you
that's where the riverbed goes up. It goes up the mountain.
Well, we don't know that. I relayed that information to them.
Okay.
Man, this place is a straight up bummer. I did not sign up for Uranium Chef to come to places without food and water. I kind of came to places that have the best food and water. So, yeah, I'm a little upset by this situation.
Man, this place is like super depressing. The producer said I did this before, but I don't remember this being on an episode. I guess I need to catch up. Is there Netflix in space?
What happened to the party? I thought we were gonna come over here and there was gonna be margaritas and a luau and everything was gonna be swell, but this place looks really run down and I think that there's a hole in that roof and oh gosh, how do we get off this island?
So now
So-
you all know about the previous time that this happened.
I want to like see where the riverbed goes. 'Cause I'm just like looking at the riverbed.
So
like,
yeah,
see
I
where
mean, it looks like it winds back towards the mountain, as all rivers do. You know, the water flows down the side of the mountain into the riverbed.
okay,
We are definitely not gonna take the water away.
right. Yeah, we're not gonna mess up your world, buddy. We're just here to like cook or something. Like, I'll be real with you. I don't even know why we're here right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, slow your roll. Don't make promises to this guy, okay? Because it sounds like
Yeah, we might have to eat them.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
Your first solution to everything is to eat
Does
it.
he hear
Have
you?
He gets
tasted food?
really
It's delicious.
wide-eyed and like staring at you.
Whoa. What's your name, sir?
Mimpy?
Mimpy. No one's going to eat you, Mimpy, all right? I promise you.
You just said not to promise him anything.
We have to promise Mimpy.
Well, get it. I don't know
Okay,
what's
I promise not to eat Mimpy,
Thank you.
but the other ones, I can make guarantees.
Please don't eat any of us.
Okay, I promise no one is going to be eaten while we're here.
Nempy, last time the other chefs were here, what did they do besides go up the mountain and stop the riverbed?
Well, here we worship the mountain. The mountain brings us the water. The water is how we live.
So did you stop worshiping? Is that what happened?
I feel like you guys need to worship harder.
Memby begins to cry.
Yeah.
Dude.
That'll help fill up the river. If all of you guys cried.
It's too salty.
Coco steps forward and places a hand on Memby's back and says, like, I'm so sorry about them. They're not very sensitive. They don't get this.
We said we weren't going to eat them, Coco.
Can't you see that they're having troubles around here?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're tiny. It sucks. I relate to it.
Oh my.
Mimpy is, he's a bummer. Just like the rest of this place. The guy is just bumming me out.
Oh, Mippy's cute. I just feel really bad for him. Like, this place is just awful. And everybody looks like down in the dumps. I kind of felt bad. That's the reason why I kept giving him these berries I found. I think I have more of my pot. Yeah, I have more of them.
He looks like he would taste very salty. We'll have to discuss that one later.
Honestly, Mumpy, he seems like a really nice guy. He's awful soft-spoken, but I think that we're gonna be best friends after this. I hope that he lets me give him a piggyback ride or something, or maybe we can like braid each other's hair. Do I have hair? I can braid his hair.
Wait, can we call up Holly again?
Holly appears.
Holly!
Hi, Thunnis.
You can be loud
What's
again.
going on?
Well, I don't know. You tell us what's happening.
Oh, well, I see that you found your way to Kipley Island.
Yes.
Well, we've got a little adventure for you to go on. You see, we need you to gather all of the spices from this island and bring them back to us.
Can you tell us how many there are?
There are 5 different spices that we need you to obtain.
5 spices.
Indeed.
Okay. And one of the spices is not these people, right?
No, it's not any of them.
Okay.
good.
Thanks, Holly.
Bye! She disappears.
All right, so we'll gather 5 spices.
That seems easy.
Did you guys
But
not
she said
ask her?
all of the spices.
5.
5.
She said there
Yeah,
was.
but like all of the spice on the island?
I think you're being
Or
a little
just-
too literal.
You guys should have asked what spices we needed.
I don't know. You'd have to call her back.
Mippy,
She's not going to listen to me.
how many spices do you have on this island?
All kinds.
Do you have more than 5?
That 5 sounds about right.
Okay, good. So, can you name those 5?
Indeed, I can.
Thank you.
But why do you need to know?
We want to taste them.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be real. I have no idea. But we're supposed to get them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to help bring your water back.
Look, the sooner we get them, the sooner we'll get out of here.
Shh. If we spoke to your god.
Come with me. Come with me. Follow
Okay.
me. Come with me. You follow Mempi through this town. You continue to see how run down and ragged it appears to be. And you're brought into what is kind of like the largest building in here. And it's decorated very nicely. There's paint, on the pillars and on the walls and whatnot. It's clearly a very important building. In the center, you see a very large version of one of these creatures. The Kipleys is what they're called. That's why it's Kipley Island. And he brings you in. Mempi kind of like bows down in front of a throne on which you see that large Kipley. And Mempi says, there's visitors from Uranium Chef again. And the one sitting on the throne, Uranium Chef,
Hi.
I am King Flampus.
Flampus.
I rule over this land. We allow you to come here, and you take everything away. Why should we help you and not kill you right now? And as he says that, 10 Kipleys all around the area raise spears to you and point them all in your direction.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Damn, this place got serious all of a sudden. Like, where were all these guards before? Why were all these guards when they were trying to guard their own food? They were doing like a bad job at that.
Hey, get those out of my face! I don't need you pointing things at me. That's really weird. Also, if the other guy was tasty, this guy must be really tasty. I wonder if we can eat him too.
Let me get this straight. I signed up for Uranium Chef. I come down here to cook food. Now I'm in front of some king who's telling me I gotta go find his water. This is not what I signed up for. Super bummer.
I think if I just quietly step back.
How fleshy are the Kipleys?
Like I said, they're kind of skinny arms, kind of like pot belly, and then they have like their turtle shells on their back.
King Flimpy?
Flampus.
Or Flampus, excuse me.
Wow.
Flampus. Look, I wrote it down really fast. I know you don't like us being here. And we're just as confused of why we're here. All I could say is if you help us, the faster we leave.
Oh, so is everything just 5 spices? Because that's all we want. We just want like 5 spices. Do you have like a supermarket? We could probably just hit that up.
If you help us, we'll help you.
Ooh.
What do you need help with? Can you get the spears out of our face first, baby?
These are for our protection.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
We need you to awaken the mountain god.
We just woke up an entire island not 2 days ago.
Well, then it sounds like you're the ones for the job.
To be fair, I think it was Chris. Can we...
Shut up!
Do we have any more eggs for Chris?
Yeah, do you think Chris could wake up that
I
island?
think so.
All right.
We need 5 spices and eggs.
We need the eggs first, though. Then we'll wake up the mountain god. Then we get the spices. I think that's sort of our transaction we're going for.
We'll give you the eggs that you require. The mountain god lives atop
Okay.
the mountain.
Makes sense.
Ooh, follow-up question. Are eggs currency here?
What?
Never mind. So there's a drought, which is why it's all dry around here, and they need to awaken their god, which helps there be more water? I don't think these guys have thought that through, but I'm willing to play along.
All right, so this is a little bit more my speed. Okay, I came on Uranium Chef, 5 spices, so there's probably some cooking that's gonna be had here soon, and I can make this work. All right, I'm getting more into it now. A little bit of time away from these bummer people, maybe. A little bit more time in the desert, getting funky. All right, I'm feeling it.
Well, on one hand, I really want to eat everybody in this village, but on the other hand, hearing about the drought is really sad because it reminds me of my home people and what's going on with them. They're all dying off because of a lack of food source, so now I'm torn because I really want to help them, but I also really want to eat them. What's a cat to do?
Oh, so kind of weird that they're having a drought considering we just swam here. Like, I don't know. I feel like whenever I'm having problems finding water, I just go to the water.
I don't know what 5 spices have to do with the god and why the god is causing. Like, okay, I understand why the god's causing drought. But where did the spices come in? Also, what's this have to do with Uranium Chef?
Mempi! Take them, give them the eggs. Keep an eye on them. So, Mempi reluctantly kind of gets back up. Spears are lowered. Follow me, follow me. And all of you are escorted to a small market area.
Oh.
There's not a lot there.
There is a supermarket.
Yeah, there's just like spices.
There's not a lot there, and there are a lot of guards you can see kind of guarding all of the stalls. Obviously, it's very important that they maintain what food that they have. And so Mempi comes forward, talks to one of them. Zimbo, I bring these people. They need eggs. They're supposed to help save us. Just... King Flamp has told me to. Just do it.
So while they're doing this transaction, can I talk to Mempi?
Mempi, yep.
Mempi, can you tell me more about this god?
What do you want to know?
So tell me like the basics. Like what besides him being a mountain god, what is his powers? Like what does he do?
Like
Does
if
he-
you were coming door to door trying to spread the gospel, how would you sell me this god?
He's the great Flurog. He lives atop the mountain. He rains from his body down the side of the mountain, and that fills our river.
Okay, so he brings the rain.
The river gives us life,
Okay.
and that is why we worship him.
It is a good thing that you are not going door to door trying to spread the gospel. That was terrible.
I just want the water
Sorby.
back.
Sorry.
I just want to understand what's happening. Like,
I don't really want to worship your god
I-
after you told me about that. It's kind of boring.
look,
You gotta
I just wanted to know.
This is up.
I just wanted to know if the god had something to do with the dry riverbed. Obviously, it does now.
We knew that before. They said that before.
No, they just said just to wake up the mountain god.
Right, but before they said that their god, that they were worshiping him and that
They
he wasn't
always
bringing
like
the water.
this.
Yeah,
Yes.
This is gonna take so long.
Follow-up question, Mumpy. Why are there so many guards in this area?
Because we have very little food left.
Do
And
do people steal it?
not people.
Have you tried eating people?
Well, they said that there's not people, so
This is why we didn't want you to be here.
Okay, I'm just trying to brainstorm ideas here.
we're just spitballing.
Again, Coco is like, there's terror on her face. She's so embarrassed with how you guys are all interacting. Macron is walking around the market just like looking everywhere.
Yeah, do they have like special alcohol?
Mempi, if I could for a moment. Where's the wine? We don't have any wine here. We must go! And Macron darts back out towards the dock, and you can see him running towards the edge. But the rock snail island has already left with his still and everything on it. It's like,
Oh no!
I'll make another.
All right, so basically these guys want eggs.
They gave
No.
the guards hand you the eggs that you requested.
I feel bad because he said that they're basically starving. We're taking their eggs.
But they're desperate, and you did say that you would help them. So.
Can I trade some like the forage berries that we got from the Rocksnail Island and give it to them as in return?
You just want to give it to them?
Yeah, I'm just like I'm
Don't
sorry.
forget
Yeah,
The bird. Oh, we probably ate that.
we probably ate that.
Yeah.
So you.
But
Like,
I'm like I'm sorry. Here you go. I give them some of these berries that we've had.
thank you.
Yeah. I feel bad. We're taking your eggs.
Macron would be very displeased.
He's all the way out there. But you can tell, like, Mempi looks at you and he's kind of like, he's shocked at
Yeah.
your generosity.
Based on what's in the market, can we tell like what is their main diet? Like, are they vegetarian? Do they eat? Are they omnivores? Like, what do they eat?
You see a little bit of everything. Like I said, it's very bare. There's some fish, clearly from kind of like near the ocean. There are, and obviously there, when there is a fish, it's huge, right? So you kind of see like the remains of a fish, like kind of like the bones and everything. There's like a little bit of meat still clinging to it. Beyond that, yeah, you just see a couple of berries here and there, a couple of like kind of like leafy green looking things. So clearly omnivorous.
Okay. So, for me, on one hand, Pankuku definitely wants to see what these guys taste like, but on the other hand, she knows what it's like to have a starving people, so she takes pity on them, and she makes a promise to herself that while we're out there fighting the mountain god or finding the mountain god, she's gonna bring something delicious and giant back to them and hunt it and destroy it
to fatten them.
Okay.
to fatten them up.
Yeah, I get
Does she say that? Is she like telling them that? She's like, I'm gonna kill something for you.
Yeah.
So do
I'm gonna kill something for you and bring it back so you can eat it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know what it's
That'd be
like
nice.
to have an entire see all your friends starving. It's not very nice. So I'm gonna hunt you something real good, and it's gonna be delicious, so that you guys don't have to be hungry anymore.
Thank you.
You got it, Mumpy.
So, you've got the eggs.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Is Chris
I
still
assume
around?
you're going back to Chris. That's what I
Is
assume.
he
you're
still around, right?
going. I mean, step in the water.
I step in the water.
The water parts. Chris's head pops up. What's up?
Hey, Chris. We got a god problem.
No, doesn't everyone?
Yeah. Existential. So we got to wake up this god, and you woke up the snail. I'm wondering, we got some eggs. Can you help us wake up the mountain god?
Give me an egg.
What are you gonna do if I give you the egg?
You want my help? Give me an egg.
We got tons of eggs.
All right, I give him an egg.
All right, so he eats the egg. Mountain god's top of the mountain.
Well spotted.
You want more?
Well, do you know the best way to get up the mountain?
Getting up the mountain's not too bad.
Okay. Oh, wow. That was a free one. All right. I was ready to give you an egg. You lost out, Chris.
Don't you want to know how to wake him up?
Oh, shoot. You got me there.
Give me an egg. Eats the other egg. Give him something spicy. Maybe check the desert.
The desert.
And then he pops back down into the water.
Bye, Chris.
He pops back up. Bye.
So we made it to this island, and honestly, I was just really sad to see Chris go. He just left, and I never got to say goodbye, or at least not a proper goodbye.
Man, if it weren't for Chris, then I don't know if I would have been able to survive in this place. I mean, like, he's just such a cool guy, and he's just got such a positive attitude. I feel like we could be really good friends, me and Chris. I'm kind of sad that he can't walk on land, and seeing how this place doesn't have any water, I guess he's got no choice but to leave, but man, I gotta give that guy a call sometime. Chris is the best.
So a proper goodbye is obviously when you fin slap each other.
Because of your generosity of giving them berries, your promise to catch them some food, and the fact that you guys didn't just outright attack them right away, the Kipleys feel very they're open to you. They're still a little bit standoffish, but they do kind of take you over to a vacant house, and they say, you can have this while you're here, and you may stay here, but just please, recognize that we don't have a lot. We can't give you a lot. Lastly, Mempi comes forward, towards you, and he says, "The king would like me to escort you the entire time you are here. So, I guess I'll be with you."
Poor Mempi.
Comes into the hut and sits on a bed next to you guys.
You're part of our entourage now! Welcome, Mumpy!
Okay.
I hope you like beer pong!
What?
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Uranium Chef. If you did, check out that Patreon link down below. It goes towards supporting this series as well as other cool series that we're trying to do on this channel. And if you do support us, you get to have your name over here, like all of these cool people. Do you see them? Do you see them going by? Look at that one. That one's so cool. Oh, here's some more. Here's some more. Ooh, yeah. Look at them go.